you guys, welcome back. Today we're going to draw cards to show our appreciation for our mothers, our grandmas, our caretakers, our teachers, for either Mother's Day or Teachers Appreciation Week, or just a card to show your appreciation for someone that you love, okay? Now, I'm starting with a piece of printer paper because I want to show you guys how to fold a piece of paper into a card, okay? Now we're starting with our piece of paper landscape style, which is the long way, and we're going to fold it in half this way, okay? Now go like this with your fingers, make an L shape, because this is basically how you're going to fold your piece of paper, okay? You're going to have to use your fingers in this position a lot, okay? So make sure you know how to do that. Now what we are going to do is we're going to line up our corners, okay? So here's one top corner. We want to match it up to the other top corner, okay? So here we go. And you're not squishing anything down yet. So now that you have lined up your two corners, put your finger in that L position and hold it down with your pinky, okay? And then your thumb is going to go into the middle of your paper, okay? And then you can let go with the other hand. So nothing's squished down yet. See, this is just kind of a rounded piece of paper. Now, we need to get into the bottom corner, okay? Now, since we lined up our top corners, our bottom corner is pretty much already lined up, but we want to make sure, okay? So we're going to put our finger back into that L shape, and we're going to hold down our corner with our thumb. And then with our index finger, we're going to smooth over our paper so that we end up making a crease or a fold right in the middle, okay? Now it's kind of tricky. You might need to practice a little bit, and it's okay if this is your first time doing this and your corners aren't lined up perfectly. Don't worry about it, okay? Now that you have your little crease here, you can just move your finger up and down, and that will smooth it all out and turn it into a perfect fold, okay? So see, now we have our folded card, okay? Now, if that was tricky, you can of course try it again. Or, you know, whoever you give this card to, your mom, your grandma, someone else that takes care of you at home, I promise you they're not going to mind if the corners aren't lined up perfectly. Okay, I've had lots of years of practice. So just do the best you can for today. And then the next time, I'm sure it'll be even better, okay? Now I'm going to start out with a pencil, because what we're going to do, we're going to make kind of like a potted plant, but we're going to use our hand as the main shape, okay? So you're going to put your hand in the middle of your card. Now I'm sure your hand is going to be smaller than mine, but no matter how big your hand is, you're going to want your tallest finger to be just underneath the top of the card, okay? And then you're going to use your pencil to just lightly trace around your fingers. Okay? So that when you're done, it looks like this, okay? And hopefully you can even see it in the video. And I even did a little bit of my hand down here, and we're gonna cover it, so you're not even gonna see that part, but it's okay. Now I'm gonna switch to my black pen, and what I'm gonna do is, the first thing is I'm actually going to draw the pot that my plant is in. So I'm going to start right around my thumb, and I'm just gonna draw a curved line. Actually, it's more of like a straight line. And then a big U underneath. so that it almost looks like a D on its side. Okay. And then with your black pen, you're just going to trace along the pencil line that you drew for your hand. And it's probably going to be a little bit wobbly because of course your fingers are a little bit wobbly, right? You have knuckles and all these other things in your fingers that kind of make them all different shapes. Okay, so I'm just tracing the entire part of my hand that I can see above my potted plant. I mean my pot here, okay? Now, to turn this into a plant, what you're gonna do is in between all of your fingers, see everywhere that it kind of dips down into kind of like a V shape? You're just gonna draw a line from that point down until you hit the pot, okay? And then get ready to do a lot more lines, okay? Now what we're gonna do, we're gonna draw a straight line down in between all of your fingers, in the middle of all of the fingers that you drew. Okay. Now, let's draw more lines on all of your fingers to make these look like leaves, okay? Now this part's gonna take a little bit of patience, probably more for me because my hand's bigger than yours, but you have to do that on all of your fingers. You can spread out your lines a little bit if you want. But the idea is the same. You want to do kind of angled lines going up and down. Okay. Almost there, you guys. Now, why I like this picture is because after you're done with it, it almost doesn't even look like a hand. So it's kind of like a clever way to personalize your picture, because whoever you give this to, whether it's your mom, your grandma, an aunt, a teacher, you know, they're just going to look at it and maybe think it's a beautiful picture of a plant, and then you can say, hey, that's actually my hand, and they're gonna love it. Believe me, I'm a mom and a teacher, and I love stuff like that. All right, now for the pot, you can really do anything you want to do in terms of the design. You can put polka dots, you can put just all triangles, you can do stripes, you can just color it all one color, whatever you want to do. For me, I'm going to draw just like some geometric patterns. So I'm going to draw two stripes like this. Then I'm going to do a zigzag here. But you could do hearts, you could do a rainbow, whatever you want. I kind of want to make a cool geometric pattern, almost like a desert type planter. I'm even going to do another stripe here. And one on the bottom. Okay. Now, if you want, you can even draw a couple of hearts around if you have like some extra space. Now, remember, a heart, it's kind of like a J, an upside down J, and then another upside down J right next to it, okay? Remember to have your end be pointy, okay? The ends of hearts are always pointy. My son draws very rounded hearts, and I'm trying to get him to draw hearts with a pointy bottom. There we go. So the only thing I'm going to do now before I draw on my inside is I'm just going to erase a little bit of my pencil line. Now I can't see my pencil line anymore in this part where my fingers are because I drew over it with my black marker anyways. So I'm not even going to erase that part, but I could see it a little bit inside of my planter here, so I just erased that, okay? Okay, now you can put your message on the inside. I think a good message for this one would be, thank you for helping me grow, right? Because it's a plant. And the person that you're giving this to has definitely had a big help, has been a big help in helping you grow up, right? So we're gonna write thank you, and I'm just gonna do all capital letters, but you can do it in any type of writing you'd like. If you wanna do cursive, if you wanna do all lowercase, if you wanna do, you know, uppercase and lowercase. But thank you for helping me grow. Okay. Now you can write more here if you want. Again, depending on what occasion this is for. If it's for Mother's Day, and you're giving it to your mom or your grandma or another caretaker, you could write Happy Mother's Day. If this is just a thank you card for somebody, you don't even have to write this part. Maybe it's for your teacher, for Teacher Appreciation Week. At my daughter's school, she just had Teacher Appreciation Week. But, you know, if yours is coming up a little bit later, you can write Happy Teacher Appreciation, that's a long word, week. Okay, so whatever message you want. So this one's kind of like the main message for the inside. Thank you for helping me grow. And then whatever else you want to write underneath it is up to you, okay? You could even just write, I love you. Okay, so whatever you want to write underneath it, you can even write more of a personalized message, of course. You can write why you're thankful, what you love about this person. Of course, write your name so that they know who it's from. But really, this part of the message is totally up to you, okay? So let's color it, okay? I am going to I'm not going to speed up this part. I'll just play some music so that you guys can color along with some relaxing music. Now the colors I'm going to use a couple different shades of green for my leaves, just so that it looks a little bit interesting and not just one color of green. And then for my pot, I'm going to use a couple of my mother's favorite colors, okay? So feel free to use different colors for your planter depending on who you're giving it this to, okay? Maybe you can use that person's favorite colors, okay? All right, so I'm gonna color and I'll catch up with you guys at the end. Okay, you guys, here is my finished card, my appreciation card for a teacher, a mom, a grandma, someone in your family that you want to kind of show your love and appreciation for. Hopefully yours came out cool. I'm sure it did. And thanks for joining me, you guys. I'll see you back here soon, okay? Bye.